£300,000, has achieved distribution across 17 countries, and whilst travelling with the Safe Tray, I decided to buy a tablet to make it easier for me to work on the move. And whilst I loved the convenience of the tablet, I find it somewhat awkward to hold. So I applied my ergonomic expertise to invent the G-Hold. A recent patent examiner's report found G-Hold to be a novel solution, offering unprecedented control with a single hand, 360 rotation, an ergonomic hold regardless of hand size, whilst retaining the sleek design of tablets. We decided to launch G-Hold on Kickstarter to test the market, and were successful. We raised £13,000 and had 700 units pre-ordered. We now have an opportunity to grow in a far larger market than food service alone, but we need to fund that growth. Please join our mission to change the way the world holds things.
Maybe I did.
Edinburgh-based Alison Green.
Some dummy iPads to play with.
One, a non-slip service tray. The other, an innovative holder for electronic tablets.
Oh, they missed out the gift.
Alison wants the Dragons to offer up a £75,000 investment in return for
They said corporate gift. Just corporate gift.
Oh wow. Have they all got my face on?
Technology giant Peter Jones wants to get a handle on the tablet's target market.
I see these types of products every day of my life, actually, because I have a site that sells a lot of gadgety type things all over the world every day, 170 countries.
Yes.
I'm trying to think, there must be specific applications you'd use this for.
Yes, yes.
So, because this isn't really practical. If you're going to use a pad, you want to use both hands. You wouldn't tend to go like that unless you are either working in a restaurant, where you might want to take their order, or you might want to show somebody something.
Education.
Yes.
It's very, very specific, and I'm not sure the wider use to this.
So the biggest growth in tablet sales have been for industrial applications.
Industrial? What do you mean by that?
So, for example, we've been working with RBS. They've got a number of units to trial with their customer service, so that they can engage with customers more readily, show them the screen, be able to present things up on their tablet without having to hold it awkwardly.
I understand that. That's a customer engagement, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I need to have this ring at the back of the pad.
He's holding it wrong.
The ergonomic aspect to that is the fact that people have started to develop tablet net from looking over their tablets a lot instead of holding them up.
That's a poor argument, really.
Well, it's a proven argument because there have been a big increase in musculoskeletal disorders.
If you even think that your product will resolve that issue, I think that is more than just
proven. Yes, exactly. What's he talking about?
A tiny fragment of an opportunity in terms of its market.
Can I just give some examples of the customers who have used it?
Well, give me an example. What's that?
A national franchisee who it's to do with dieting. That's 5,000 units roll out.
And what are they going to do with it?
They're going to be having their weekly meetings, and they're going to present.
You might say that somebody's going to order 5,000 of these from you. Even that doesn't make it a great
sold 12. At that point, we sold 12,500.
Yeah, exactly. We sold 2,000 units. I mean, that's nothing.
No. We've only just started selling.
No, they missed out me saying we sold 12,500.
100,000 in an hour.
Oh my god. This is
Alison's feisty defense of her tablet holder.
That's so like they're editing out the actual facts.
And the size of its mark.
It's really misleading.
Try.
That's crazy though.
You're still coming across well though. You're holding your own.
Sure.
Retail magnate Tuka Suleiman wants the lowdown on its success.
Cool.
You say you've been going since 2014?
For the G-Hold, yeah, but Safe Tray started in 2010.
Okay, let's talk about that. So give us some numbers on that.
So there's two parts to the revenue of Safe Tray. One is the sales from our own manufacturing, which were just over £80,000, and then £230,000 through licensing the technology to a North American partner.
So the 230,000 was a royalty?
Yeah, it was a mixture of upfront licensing license fee and royalties, but basically came from a license.
Right. Clearly, you did a great job of licensing out that product. Someone has paid you £230,000, but what I'm trying to understand is that forever? Is that for a year?
So that license, Kate, that was a 3-year deal, and it came to an end. And
okay, but when you say it came to an end,
yeah,
why would it come to an end? Presumably, it's still a good product.
We basically parked SafeTree. There were issues with the manufacturing. We experienced warping. That took us out of production for a year. So we parked SafeTree and focused entirely on developing the G-Hold based on whether...
But you've already developed a product that someone has paid you £230,000.
What do they
It came down to a question of focus.
This is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why would you not focus on the thing that you've already proven?
It was a painful decision, but
So it's a confusing decision.
You've already said there was
Alison
It's all good, it's
from a
fine.
developed product with a licensing track record to an unproven new one raises a red flag.
It's
for
proven
Mick
now.
Jagger.
Yeah, exactly. It's proven now.
Deborah Meaden is also struggling to understand the rationale.
That's right, that's right. Social of her.
I know.
It doesn't make sense. You know, if I play it back to you, we have a product that is a really good product, and we actually sell it for a license fee for £230,000.
Yeah.
G-Hole, you know, they wouldn't let me
We're distracted, so we need to focus on something. So what we'll do, we'll stop focusing on the thing that we know sells and does really well, and we'll look over here and do this thing that we have no idea whether it sells or not. And which bit of that picture would you think that any sane investor would get?
And I understand that, and it was a painful thing for me. You know, I only have a very, very small time to bring you to your comfort levels. I understand that, and you know.
But people do, Alison. People come in here, and they do that because they present a clear case that hangs together. You have not presented a good case to me here.
I mean,
I'm out.
since then, I mean, she didn't do the bit where she shouted at me.
Deborah Meaden walk away from a deal.
Well, they missed out though, didn't they?
The sceptical Peter Jones has also made his
It's
mind.
mad how it's edited. Yeah. Just so.
I think it's admirable the fact that you've developed a product and sold it. You've gone on to develop another product and sold it. Alison, I think you're in a really difficult position.
Oh, I was.
This is never going to be a volume
exactly.
product.
Never going to be a volume
It
product.
looks ugly. It's not usable. And frankly, at the moment, it's a very targeted market. And it's a very small one. So,
I think that
I can't invest in something like this. I don't believe in it. But more importantly, I think you should have a bit of a reality check and really think about your business. I'm out.
Wow. He said that I was having nervous breakdown.
Uninspired, he exits the negotiations. Sarah Williams has a lucrative track record in global restaurant franchises. Can she see a use for Alison's products in the food service industry?
Alison, first I think you've coped pretty well actually. I completely lose it with a lot less. It's not an easy environment at all. But I do think it's very fair. There are still so many question marks, and I've got to be honest, it feels like such a lot of it is spin. I can't really get underneath what the reality is. And the bit that I can't
What was that the
let go of is tray.
Exactly.
You came up with a tray, you sold it, but don't anybody worry about that because we've got this new great product here. And I'm like, hang on a minute, what about this great product? What happened?
I do understand. I think that there was a lot of pain endured during the time with SafeTree, and the fact that we did mess up production. We took a long time to get back.
It's licensing though. So what the hell's production got to do with it?
We weren't able to fully support that licensing partner, nor the distributors that we had. Our investors wanted us to focus on G-Hold and wanted to see that tested out, and and were excited by G-Hold.
The same investors that invested in the tray in the first place.
Yes.
Yes. It just doesn't stack up.
They all say the same.
I'm sorry. I'm out.
Sarah Willingham
I
also
do
bows out.
understand so much.
Past Alison's decision to park the safe tray. Will Nick Jenkins be willing to do a deal with the Edinburgh inventor?
What you would need to do to get my investment is to